Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Mas. I just want to do a quick take on, who you think is the best QB in the league, as it pertains to today. Is it, you guys feel that is Russ, Patrick Mahomes? You still believe it's Tom Brady or A-Rod? Just let me leave your thoughts in the comments. But also, I want to give my feedback, give my answer to that, who I think is the best quarterback in the league right now. But I also want to do a comparison between these two quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. And I am not of the mindset, like I am in the minority when it comes down to this discussion. I believe that Deshaun Watson is the better quarterback. I believe Mahomes is the more explosive quarterback. In today's game, I believe he's the most explosive player that we have in today's game. Alongside him, as far as being the most explosive, is a Tyreek Hill. I guess you could say, Todd Gurley is not the same. He's Zeke. Those guys are not the same. They like a step slow after one year. Saquon, you will have to put him up there, top 3. Then I guess McCaffrey, but I got Patrick Mahomes as the most explosive player in the league, not the best player, not the best quarterback neither. I don't have him as the best quarterback. I believe that when you pair guys with arm talent like that in this passing era, when you pair guys like that up with offensive minds like a Sean Payton and Andy Reid, man. And if you want to say Sean McVay, I would even say him also, even though I don't think he's in a class by himself like a Sean Payton or Andy Reid. And I give Andy Reid the edge over Sean Payton, even though Sean Payton won. He has a chip, but I believe that was more controversial than anything. Andy Reid's been doing this for a long time. He is known as he has a better resume as far as working with different quarterbacks and changing their whole careers around. He got the body of work to prove it, So I give the edge to a nice margin, not too big of a gap between him and Sean Payton. And I believe Mahomes is really benefiting off of that, because when you got a guy with an arm talent like that, and you surround him with receivers that are not that, they run like all between 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe all of them run under 440 or better, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can correct me, but I believe all of them run 4.35 or better. And all of them are at least decent route runners, and they can catch pretty well. They're not just like how it was back, when you had a bunch of speedy receivers on one team, but one was good at route running, the other wasn't good at catching, right? The other one was good at getting separation, but the other one wasn't good at timing. You know what I mean? When being on the same page with his quarterback. So, or didn't understand the zones and how to get open in that zone, So Mahomes actually has that working for him. He actually has solid to good receivers on, individual talent at the receiver position, including Sammy Watkins, who was barely there because of injury. And Sammy Watkins, even though Deshaun Watson has the better receiver in DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins rivals DeAndre Hopkins as far as the talent as a number one receiver. We all know what Sammy Watkins can do when he's healthy, and what kind of threat he poses when he's healthy. So, what was more impressive for me, to me about Deshaun is that he has to will his team more so to win these games, because due to his poor offensive line protection. I'm not saying Mahomes' offensive line, they're, I'm not saying that they're world beaters, but they are way better as far as, than most of these other quarterbacks, you know what I mean? Way better as far as pass protection goes. And they had their lapses here and there, but, Chiefs has always been known to have a good run blocking and good pass blocking offensive line. So, and Mahomes, the reason why I can't crown him as the best is because he does not win the big games. He doesn't win primetime games. He lights it up, but he don't win primetime games. And with that type of receiving core and that type of talent you have, and you got the best tight end in the game, you gotta win. You gotta win these games, man. Yes, I understand the defense is sus. I understand all of that. But when you got a lineup like that, you have to win. And that's not the same argument that you can use. Hey, you said the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. He ain't never had no defense yet, but the kind of receivers he had, they were skill position receivers, but there's no way you gonna look at Randall Cobb and be afraid of his blowing the top off like their third receiver and what he can do. A-Rod didn't have a guy that could stretch out a defense like a Tyreek Hill. Jordy Nelson was fast, but he wasn't Tyreek fast. Greg Jennings was quick. Aaron Rodgers usually had quick receivers that can get in and out their cuts quickly. And then even if they couldn't, again, he had the best arm talent that I've ever seen. Not Patrick Mahomes. He had the best arm talent that I've ever seen because he could just throw you open. With two defenders draping off of you. So it's like A-Rod's situation is different because if he had those type of caliber receivers, and I'm not saying that they're all number ones, but I'm just saying if he had across the board just 4-3, 4-3, 4-3, you just can't stay in front of these guys. I'll be hard on Aaron Rodgers as far as me being critical, and plus Aaron's had success. So Patrick Mahomes, they're crowning him too early, in my opinion. They're crowning Patrick Mahomes way too early. He's an incredible talent. Again, he's the most explosive quarterback in the game. But he is not the best. Can't even close out games in big moments. Put up gaudy stats out, crazy stats. But you can't close out games. You got to close out these games, and you have to win early. If you're starting off with like this, you have to win early. With this squad right here, you have to. So, and again, reasons why again I don't see him. I've seen Mahomes get nicked up a few times, and he's just not the same guy. He's not the same guy. Russ, he'll get hit, and he's coming back at you, man. Deshaun Watson, he gets hit, he's coming back at you. Mahomes got dinged up a few times, and it's like, he's not the same player. once he got roughed up. So that's where I'm at with that. And right now, Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the game. I'm sorry. Between him and Aaron Rodgers right now. But Russ right now, I give him the slight edge. Just as of now, between the 6 weeks, during his duty 6 weeks, I'm giving the edge to Russell Wilson. I've been hard on him all from when the days of Legion of Boom, but he has stepped his game up so much. It's like, what else can you say? Okay, he's not the best pocket passer, but what he continues to do week in and week out is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I tip my hat off, and I just believe that right now, Russell is the best quarterback in the game right now. Just right now. It's subject to change. It could change. So, Watson right now, I got him as the lead. I got Watson and Russ as, 1A, 1B as far as MVP voting is concerned right now between those two quarterbacks. So if I got the best in the game right now, I got is Russ. Between who's better between Mahomes and Watson, I believe Watson is the better quarterback. If you give him Andy Reid, he will be lighting this shit up just like Mahomes. I would love to see what Mahomes can do without those speed demons on the outside and without the best tight end. He has everything set up for him. I would love to see how he looks. I'm not saying that to try to pounce on him and hate on. Right now, he has to take advantage of what he got before his team breaks up. He has to take advantage of it right now. And he has to win. Because if he wins, and he wins with Andy Reid, who has not had success as far as winning the big one, that will look better on Mahomes than it would be Andy. Right now, it looks better with Andy than it would Mahomes. So Mahomes has to win early, because once these guys leave, and he's not putting up 5,000 yards again, 50 touchdowns again, and he's still lighting it up, but it's not the same. It's just gonna just show you how important and how good Andy Reid is. Has to win early. And that's it, y'all. Leave your thoughts in the comments, I'm gonna do more of these vids, man. Talk about the running backs next. Holla.